All right, it's 5:14 here on your Monday morning. Got gorgeous weather for your Monday. The good news is today's great, but, well, things trending wetter and wetter by the middle of the week. So let's talk about our weather impact here towards the middle of the week. It looks like by Tuesday night, that threat for heavy rain will begin to increase. We will have multiple rounds of rain Wednesday into Thursday. Now, there's going to be breaks mixing in, but at times it really could be coming down. And as we do, when it comes down for too long, we got to watch for street flooding. By the end of the week, chance of rain begins to wind down slowly, but could still see some rain Friday and Saturday. Before all that mess, though, it's a beautiful start. It really is chilly for some areas for a May 5th morning. 48 degrees right now in Macomb. You got to get a jacket back out. 53 in Slidell. That's chilly. 68 at the lakefront. 65 in the CBD, and then back into the upper 50s out into the Bayou parishes. So a lovely start leads to a lovely afternoon. Highs will climb into around 81, 82, and we'll have mostly sunny skies, just a few clouds trying to work their way in this afternoon. Clouds will continue to thicken up tonight and into tomorrow. That's ahead of our storm system. So here's what's happening. I was talking about before the break. This is called an omega blocking pattern. Why do we call it omega? Well, it looks like the Greek letter omega. And what you've got here are two upper level lows that really aren't moving. And in the middle, you've got high pressure. So there's not a whole lot of movement with all of this going on. But near these low pressures, the one out west and the one out east, you're going to have stormy and active weather. And since everything's slow moving, you get multiple days and multiple rounds of rain. So here's how it plays out for us. Tomorrow afternoon, we got a couple showers. I think Tuesday afternoon, the storm chances are isolated. We will start to see the widespread heavy rain start to move in by Tuesday evening, or more so into Tuesday night. Now, this specific model has the rain coming in a little further south over us and a little earlier in the evening. Many of the other models bring it in later on in the night. So there is still some discrepancy here on exact timing and placement. But general thinking is heavy rain starts Tuesday night. We could still have some rain around Wednesday morning, some breaks mixing in during the Wednesday daytime hours, so not a complete washout all Wednesday. But then here we go, more rounds of heavy rain trying to work their way in later Wednesday night into Thursday. So again, it's going to come in waves. And inherently, there are some uncertainties with timing and exact placement. But the general thinking is that we do have a risk for flooding across the south here. Just those specific totals and specific locations and specific timing are still a bit up in the air. But when you look at the overall picture here, Louisiana and Mississippi are the bullseye this week for that heavy rain that could lead to flooding. I'm thinking widespread, we all pick up at least 3 to 6 inches. That will be our widespread range. However, there's likely going to be some isolated higher totals that may be over 6 to 8 inches. Again, depending on what model you look at, that is where it places the heavy rain. This model is a little further south with the heavy rain, others are further north. Reason I'm showing is that they're all showing heavy rain, they just don't all agree on the exact placement. But as we say, that is not unusual when you're working with this type of pattern. So again, it's a slow moving pattern. Fast forward, you can see it gets a little movement into it Wednesday into Thursday. That low gets closer, which is why our rain chances increase. And then by this weekend, that low starts to finally break down ever so slowly. But we'll begin to see things drier as we head into the weekend. So really keeping an eye on things. I think Tuesday night is when the flood risk initially starts. We could also see a few severe thunderstorms, so we'll have to monitor that for you. Wednesday into Wednesday night and Thursday, more rounds of heavy rain across the region, and then those rain chances become more isolated as we head into Mother's Day weekend. Don't forget about that coming up later on. Our marine forecast. Today's great, no issues at all. Tomorrow and Wednesday, though, the chance for rain increasing. Winds outside of the rain are 10 to 15 knots. High tide's going to happen late afternoon into this evening. Low tide's happening as we go throughout the rest of the morning.